So now that we have talked about each of the concepts that we are going to use in our keylogger programs, let's go and build one. So I'm going to open up my Notepad++ editor, and I have Python 2.7 installed on my computer. So I'm going to write the code. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to import the libraries that I'm going to need. I'm going to import the sys library. I'm also going to import the ctypes library. Right. I'm also going to import the wintypes module. Okay, wintypes. Right. So now that we have in place, now I'm also going to define some variables which will hold the values for some integer constant. Like we talked about the hooks, that each hook has its own integer representation, and here we are going to use the keyboard hook which has the code 13. Alright, so I'm going to define a variable for that. Alright, I'm going to call it wh underscore keyboard underscore ll as per the Microsoft convention that they have in MSDN. Also, we are going to capture the non-system keystrokes. By non-system, I mean that the keystroke that doesn't involve the odd keystroke in it. For that, we are going to use the hexadecimal constant provided by MSDN. So I'm going to show you the link here. Here is the MSDN provides the non-system keystroke value that you have to use to capture any non-system keystroke that doesn't have any odd key in it. Alright? So I'm going to define another variable, wm underscore key down equals to hexadecimal number. I'm going to check it. It's the same. Yes, it is the same. Alright. Now, lastly, we are going to store a key code for a particular key that we want to set as an unhook event generator to unset the hook and exit the keylogger. I'm going to use Windows key for that purpose, which has the code 91. So I'm going to name the variable win underscore code and set it to 91. I happen to know that its code is 91. You can use whatever key that you like. Just you have to search around the internet what is the code for that key. Alright. So now let's create a class keylogger, and now define the constructor. Now I'm going to define two object variables, that one going to store the handle for the DLL that we are going to load from user 32. So I'm going to call it user32. This is the object variable's name, and I'm going to use the win_dll object to get the reference or the handle for user 32 DLL. Then I'm also going to use another variable named hook, set it to none for our hook handler. Okay, and I'm going to set it to none because when the object is initiated there is no hooks. Okay, now I'm going to define another diff function, that is your function to set the hook. Alright, I'm going to name it set hook procedure. Okay, and I'm going to pass the pointer to the procedure in the function. Alright, now I'm going to use the object variable hooked to get the handle for the hook that we are going to create here. Okay, or to set here. So I'm going to use self dot user 32 dot set Windows hook ex w for your Unicode version, because we are using the Unicode version here. And I'm going to use the constant that we defined here. I'm going to copy that and I'm going to paste it here for the first argument, because we looked at the MSDN website that the set Windows hook x method first takes the type of hook that you're going to create. Alright, and the second argument is the pointer that we have passed into the function, and that is nothing but the your hook procedures pointer. Right. Okay. Now this third argument is going to be your reference to your module or handle to your module. So we are going to use the win_dll object and the kernel k small kernel KERNEL. I'm a horrible typist. Kernel 32 dot get get module handle w, so we are using the Unicode version, and we are passing the value of none in it. Okay, and the class parameter is 0 for our global hook, because we are going to create a keylogger that is going to capture all the keystrokes regardless of any specific process. Okay, so that looks great. Now also this function is going to return a boolean. When the hook is created, the handle has been created, it's gonna return a value true. If not, it's going to return a false value. Alright, so I'm going to if not self dot hook, I'm going to return false. Alright, else, or I would say return right here. I don't have to use else. Return true. Okay, so this is our setting the hook. Now we have to create another function to unset our hook. I'm going to call it unset hook procedure. Okay, and I'm going to take the argument self. Okay, and I'm going to do a check that the hook is set or not. Is none. Python is a tricky one because the indentations matter. You know what? Let me pause the video and I have to write the whole code down, and then I'll explain it to you. So I wrote the whole code down and I made it a little prettier by writing some comments in front of them. Now I'm going to explain what the pieces of this code are doing. And I want you don't have to see me typing and correcting all the indentations and stuff. Okay? So we looked up to this place, right? So now I'm going to explain it right from here. The unset hook procedure method is nothing but a method that is going to unhook your hook, right? So it does so by using this unhook Windows X method that we looked at the MSDN, and it takes the parameter of your hook handle that you want to pass here and it will unset it. So first we're going to check that if the hook is set or not. If it is not set, then we're going to return. If it is set, then we're going to unset it and then set the value of hooked variable to none. Right? These two are the set hook procedure and the unset hook procedure are nothing but the class functions or classes methods. And these are not the after the get function pointer. These are not the class functions. These are outside the class. So this function is doing nothing but it is creating a pointer to your procedure, or your, I should say, the callback procedure. It does so by using this cfunc type factory that we learned about in the ctypes library. It takes the first argument as the return type of your hook procedure. Here is our hook procedure that we will talk about in a little bit. So this is the return type of our hook procedure, and these three, like cint, this one, and this pointed to void, are nothing but the arguments to our actual hook procedure. So this encode is nothing but representing, but the cint is representing the encode. This cint is representing the w parameter, and this pointed to void is representing the l parameter. L parameter is nothing but the information of the actual messages, and this w parameter is the type of, it is explaining the type of messages. Okay. So if w parameter is not wm underscore key down, we looked at earlier in this code that wm underscore key down is a non-system key, which is the key that doesn't contain any alt in it. So if it is not the case, then it will return the handle to the next procedure in your hook chain. And if it is not the case, then hooked key is set to a variable hooked key we have created here, and it will be set to your L parameter 0, and it is the way you access the messages from L parameter. Okay, and you cast it to the character and you store it in your hook key, and then you print the hook key. And this is actually going to print you all the keyboard strokes that you are going to type on your keyboard. Okay, and if the L parameter or the message is equals to your win code that we looked at, that we are going to unset our hook after pressing this this Windows key. So if this is the case, then it's gonna say Windows button pressed, exiting keylogger, and then the keylogger will be the hook procedure will be unhooked, using the for calling this function unset hook procedure, which is implemented up here in the class, and passing the keylogger handle. Okay, and then we exit the program. And if it is not, if this if part and this if part are not the case, then it will return the handle to your next hook procedure in the hook chain. So okay, now I'm going to define here the start queue log function. So first of all, I'm going to explain what is this get message function. For that, get message function is nothing but we're going to look at the it for the MSDN website. Get message function is nothing but a method that is going to retrieve a message from a threads queue. Here is the link, and you can go ahead and look at it. The syntax is provided. The first output, the first parameter is nothing but the LP message. It's nothing but an MSGA structure. It's a message structure that actually retrieves the message from the thread queue. And the second one is the optional. Okay. The third one deals with the filtering, the minimum filtering of the messages and the maximum filtering of the messages. If both these things are set to 0, you don't have to worry about it. It doesn't filter any of the messages. Okay. So let's go on to our code. So here I'm setting, first of all I'm creating MSG structure. You do so by using this method. Okay, and then you use the get message W function because you are using the Unicode version. You can also use A, that will work just fine, but I'm using W. Okay, and you just pass it a reference of your message structure, and we talked about it in the CTypes library, that how you get the reference of an object. You can use the by-ref method and you pass the object into that. So I'm creating the reference of it and I'm passing into it, and I'm creating no filters on it. Okay. So now I'm creating the keylogger instance here. The keylogger, the class we just created here, and I'm creating the instance of it, and look at it. Here is the capital K for our class, and the object is small k. Okay, so notice the difference. And then what I'm doing is calling the get function pointer method and calling with the hook procedure. This method I'm passing it into this function right here, and this function will go into this function, and it will generate a pointer, and it will be stored into this variable. Okay, and now I'm going to check if keylogger this object and calling the set hook procedure method, this method. Okay, and I'm passing the pointer, this pointer that we just created of the function hook procedure that we have implemented, and I'm passing it the pointer to it, and it will just go and set the hook, and it will return a true value, because it is a Boolean returning function, right? So it will return a true value, and then it will print keylogger installed. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to start this queue log. Then this method is going to be called, and the MSG structure will be created, and it will start listening for the messages in your thread. And when the message will come to the thread, it will be passed to your hook procedure. Okay. So I think I have explained it. So you can copy it from by pausing the screen. So take a look at it. Okay. So now that we have seen our whole code and I have explained the whole concept, so I'm gonna run it. Okay, I have saved my program in D drive, so I'm gonna write Python for Python interpreter and keylogger.py. Hit enter. It says keylogger installed. Okay, so I'm gonna open Notepad and type something here. See how it takes captures all the keystrokes. If I type something regardless of Notepad, it also takes the captures all keystrokes. Okay, so this is what the global hook means. So I said that when you hit the Windows key, it will unset the hook. So let's try to do that. I'm pressing the Windows key. I press the Windows key and see Windows button pressed, exiting keylogger. So this is our simple keylogger program that we created in this video. I hope you learned something. I hope you like it. If you like it, please hit a like on my video. So we'll see you next time. Happy programming.